What's up with y'all, family? We coming at y'all with a brand new video today. So, you know, I hope all is well. But I want to talk about, the light you have, y'all. So, you know, as you know, y'all, we are like a lamp that never cuts off. So, while this world is ran in darkness, because the majority lives that way, we set the balance. We're like Thanos, y'all. You know how he took all those stones to reset the balance and put peace back down here? That's your role. You were here to shine, to make sure the world is in a balanced like state, yo. That's why you will see all these fucking vampires show themselves when they're around you because they can't run from that light. You know, that yes, they're attracted to that, but they can't take it because it kills them. You know? So in a way, they want your energy, but they can't be around you for a long time. Or they don't even want to look at you, but they just want to like get next to you so they can feel your frequency, you know? In order to get this, you gotta stop looking at people so physically, yo. Because yes, we're all physical beings, but there's some beings that are, God's in a physical form. What do you mean by that? You're not like them, yo. You're not physical, yo. You're on a spiritual, mental plane, yo. That's what I'm trying to remind your family, that everybody else that lives so fucking low in density, yo, they look at themselves like a meat suit. They look at themselves like a regular human because they're cannibals. All they do is eat fucking, flesh. And what they put in their body is who they become, yo. So I'm gonna remind y'all, we are gonna go past that Egyptian state we were once in, and that 13th dimension, y'all. Yes, we will pass that. But before we get there, y'all, just know that you're gonna be more light. You're gonna be shining so fucking bright to the point where, it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna start crashing out in front of you. They're gonna start arguing with other people, or they're just gonna glitch out, and start falling on the floor and shit, dead ass. That's because, your energy is senses heat. You're like the sun, right? But they can't take in the sun and absorb it. That's why they stay indoors, or they don't come out unless it's nighttime, because that's how these fucking vampires like to roll, But think about it, y'all. That sun, it not only produces heat, but it gives you hydrogen, because our molecular structure is what creates that. We're hydrogen-like beings, y'all, because that's what we need. Oxygen, it just rushes us out and we appear these colors, right? But I tell you that because the more you vibrate higher and the more light you become, y'all, the more hydrogen you are racing around you. And that's what people can't take, being around you for a long time. Or they will be around you, but they won't want to talk to you because you're like this person on a high pedestal, y'all, and they feel like they don't have what it takes to build up a conversation with you unless you truly know who they are, y'all, and they fuck with you because they have a genuine good spirit, That's what I'm trying to remind you about, family. A lot of people are already seeing this shit happen. You might not have it on camera, but it's happening because, I see everything, yo. Say you're going in traffic, yo, you're just gonna see some people start crashing, because, or just shit around you is gonna start collapsing because, your energy is not of the norm, yo. You're too high in dimensions, yo, to the point where you're shifting the world and to what you want it to be, because you being matter with your mind, especially you, because you're vibrating higher, and the more someone vibrates higher, the more energy they have, the more it manifests quicker. So while everybody's living in decay, yo, and they're attracting their dead ass reality, you are changing that. Why you think it's getting hotter? Why you think more people don't like being around you? Because you're simply bringing down the reality that was once here just by you staying in authenticity, yo. That's exactly why they want you to be lustful like these fucking demons. They don't want you shining bright out here, y'all, because they want to control you with their hands. But you're not a puppet, y'all. You're a puppet master. You mastered their shadows and the 10 shadow technique, yo. You don't gotta worry about none of them fucking clones or agents, yo. They can't do shit to you. They fear you. That's why they need you to go back to their level, so they can try to war with you, But now that you know this, family, You know that your power is unlimited because there's no limit to how high you can vibrate into the world, as long as you're someone who can master the present moment and know that they don't need shit. But this Egyptian state that we were once at, family. You know, that's the 13th dimension. You know, the world was less dense. So, you know, most of us then weren't eating or consuming nothing. We were eating what the sun provided us with, yo, because the more energy you have, the better that sun feels shining on you, because it feels like a warm light or a lamp that's heating you up. You know, if you're vibrating so low right now, yo, and all you do is consume flesh and dead shit, well, you will realize when you step out in that sun, yo, it's burning you because you're vibrating so low. And since the world is rising up with us, if you don't get on the Earth's frequency at least, the world's gonna crumble you because you serve no purpose here anymore, yo. You know, the world doesn't need decay anymore. It's rising. Why you think the world's getting hotter? You know, you're shining brighter. And you think that, you know, us luminous beings right now, nah, you haven't seen shit yet, yo. Wait till you can't look at us, you know. Well, I can't even say that, family, because motherfuckers damn near can't look at you, yo. When you look at them, they'll look at you when you're not looking at them. But the moment your eyes come in contact with their physical avatar, y'all, they don't want to look at you because that energy that you are showing, you know, when you look at them, you give that attention. And since you have powerful energy, yo, it's something that they can't absorb. Because think about it, if I look at you, well then I'm giving you energy to absorb. They can't absorb that, yo, because that's something that's not naturally, you know, in their body at the moment. The only way you'll be able to get high energy, y'all, is if you're truly practicing the way of organicness and trying to live in purity, yo. Other than that, if a being like myself just goes out in public and just looks at everybody or just starts walking around this world, people gonna go psycho, or they're gonna turn the other way and walk down. Because remember, y'all, the Most High put a speck in you, and since you are living that way, you have authority, y'all. You know, you have authority without anything materialistic. That's exactly why these demons hate you. You know, they envy us because that power we have, yo. Omnipotent at its highest form, you know. And I'm not giving y'all this video to remind you of your strengths, but I'm giving it to remind you that while the world is against you, and like this or not, whether you stay high or low, the world is still against you, and they're trying to kill you because the way the world has programmed us to live in decay. That shit is coming to an end, yo. That's exactly why we're higher in dimensions mentally, and we're slowly bringing that here into the physical reality. The more light you have, and the more patient you become, because it's gonna happen in divine timing, y'all. The Most High already gave you everything you needed: the light, the knowledge, and the power. All you gotta do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because, like it or not, this shit has been coming down. It's been coming down for the last couple years, but you just gotta stay patient, know who you are, and realize why is the world the way it is, y'all. And now that I see it from a spiritual aspect, why does everybody look at themselves like they're flesh, yo? When really, we're spiritual beings having the fleshly experience, which is the body, because you are in the flesh. That's what I'm trying to give y'all, family. You know, most people are living in life in reverse, or living for the flesh. I know that they have a spirit that you know, is required for you to even live in these bodies, yo. But most motherfuckers out here are so lost, so gone, that you can't help them. You know, family? So before I end this video, I want to remind you that that's exactly why, family, it is hard to necessarily people to understand where you come from, yo. Because a lot of people in this world are not seeing life like you, chosen one. That's exactly why I hope these videos help y'all, because you might be in a place where you're the only one that's shining bright, y'all. But that's okay though, because the Most High has put you there because balance is needed in those areas, yo. You know, your judgment. So whatever the fuck is going wrong, or feeling like it ain't supposed to be there, just by you being there, yo, you irritate the fuck out of those demons that live among them vessels, because they can't take the light you have. That's exactly why people don't want to be your friend, or they don't want to have conversations with you because you see right through their asses, you know. All it takes is for someone like myself to look at you, and I'll know whether or not you are a genuine person, you know, or whether or not you are someone who takes care of themselves, family, because I have so much energy, y'all. Energy is what life is, and since I'm full of that, I can tell if somebody has life or nothing to offer, you know. But when we get to the 13th dimension, family, you know, it's to a point where really, y'all, nobody's gonna be able to take the heat that's emitted from your body, y'all. You're literally gonna be suffocating them of the breath or the air that they're trying to absorb, because you're breathing in air. You know, you're breathing in really energy, y'all, because, you know, if you go watch SpongeBob, y'all, they were living that same way. You know, they were living underwater, y'all, but we are underwater currently, y'all. You know, it's not water, you know, that they show you, but it's water that you can't see, which is, it was anciently called hydrogen, family, but now it's oxygen. You know, that's why we are all suffering slowly. But that's what the sun's here for, and that's why we're here as well, because the sun is nothing but hydrogen and carbon and cosmic heat. That's why we are the ones that are only able to absorb it, while the rest of these motherfuckers can't. So when they get around us, you know what's gonna happen, family. You know, not saying that we're the problem, but we're really the solution, because the world needed us. It's finally time for this shit to play, you know. So get ready for the biggest game of the century, y'all, because it's gonna happen. And I want y'all to be aware and stay prepared, y'all. You know, eat light foods, y'all. Try to consume as much fruit or vegetables as you can, y'all. I don't really like vegetables like that, but I eat hella fruit, and I consume ramen because I know that it's something that's lighter on me. You know, yes, there might be things that are in those kind of foods, but so what, y'all? It's not like I'm eating something that's dead. I'm not eating flesh, y'all. I'm not eating something that's so fucking heavy, you know, because that lowers my vibration, y'all, and I'm not able to look at myself like a spiritual being anymore. I look at myself like a physical being who ain't shit. That's how you will see yourself as, and that's how you're gonna treat others around you. So if you question why you're a demon, or why do you feel like you want to be bad, what the fuck are you doing to yourself? Are you feeding yourself bad shit? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to realize, family. But, you know, remember, y'all, if you are chosen, you know, remember, that's your authority, y'all. Don't give that away to nobody, y'all. Don't give a fuck what anyone says, y'all. Never sell out, y'all. Remember, you're for the people. That's why the people respect you. But they look up to you because you give them the knowledge that they don't have. You know, you're one of God's childs. You're an ancient warrior, y'all. There's a reason why you're being attacked so much. But since you're ancient and you know that you're a warrior, y'all, the attacks are dissolved because you know how to handle fire. When fire meets fire, y'all, it turns into, you know, a blue fire, y'all. And that's what you became, because you are blue anyway. You just gotta know how to tap in, y'all, and to keep your energy remaining in yourself, because that's what's truly gonna give you that color, you know. But before I end this video, I just want to remind y'all that what you want to do now, y'all, is for the ones who are truly taking their life really serious, y'all. Get that sunlight, you know, sun gates if you can. Work out as much as you can as well, but also take a break. Sleep more, and don't surround yourself with people who are not on your vibration, or people who are genuinely wishing on your downfall, y'all. If there's family that want to be around you, that are not envying you, you know, there's no problem with that. But, you know, when you get by yourself again, cleanse that space, protect your energy, call it back to you, y'all. Go within, so you can have that awareness to unhunt it, you know, family. The enemy, the only thing he could do, y'all, is tempt you or distract you by putting people around you for you to feel like if they do something, you're gonna become that follower. Remember, y'all, we're leaders at heart, y'all. There's a reason why these women can't keep their eyes off you, or, you know, these men out here, or these kings, that they don't even know who they are. They want to be like you. They don't want to be like you, but they want the energy like you. And this is the start right here, y'all. This is how you get this energy. Fast if you must, because you're eliminating your body from shit that's holding you back, y'all. You are what you eat, y'all. I hope you know that. especially if you don't meditate, because if you just let the shit in your body stay stagnant, yo, or you're gonna be a product of what the fuck you are consuming. That's why they always say you are a product of your environment, yo. You can change that just with meditation alone, because you are heating up your body to where everything inside of you that's fucking you up is breaking down, because it can't take cosmic light, yo. You are cosmic light. You are stardust particles, yo. That's exactly why these lesser gods can't live on this realm without you, even though they run this world, or they run the fucking, the entertainment world, should we call that. That's a facade side of this life, yo. You are the ancient being, because though you don't have nothing, you have everything that you need at will, at command. You just gotta see it, you know? Love, y'all, if you really want to know what love is how anime was showing y'all, because they're mocking us for how we used to love each other back then. Now all you want to do is crave death, live in sin, and feel like it is what it is, or it's whatever. That's a fucked up mindset you have, because you should always be striving for the best. You should always be trying to get better, or you always want to do something that's going to help you improve on something, whether it's your communication skills, whether it's you feeling like you want to vibrate higher, and have more discipline, or you just want to be someone who's going to be a helpful person. But you can't help others nowadays, yo, because these motherfuckers live for the devil, They don't like positivity. They don't like change, yo. They let Satan, combust their mind. This is why the only ones who watch this video are the ones fully gonna get this. But I'll see y'all in the next video, family member. You are light, y'all. So the most important thing is to keep consuming what light is, yo. Stand in that sun, family. It's gonna lighten your body more. It's gonna help you, break down anything that shouldn't be in your body, yo. But I'll see you on the next video, man. I'll show you.